Okay, so good evening, everybody. Time for me to comment on your comments. And let's see, I think we start with VG here. I didn't know Dollop existed. Thanks, Akshat and Sir. Okay, I think Patricia mentioned this word as well. Have a wonderful day. You too, VG. Thanks for your opinion. Thanks for rating my translation. Okay, that was fine. An occupation, a criminal, barbarian, thug, savage, you name it. Okay, you're commenting about uh, certain leaders. Okay, and thanks for answering my corrode question. Now I know the difference between wear down and wear away. Um, it had been I'd been trying to discover it since 2019. Okay, they're quite easy, the down and away. And yes, sir, brooch and brooch are homophones and have different meanings. However, it seems in some places in the US they use brooch to mean all three things. I find it odd though. Huh, okay, it's a spelling that I always have difficulty to make sure I've got the right one. Okay, and Sean, I choose down to, put it down to, absolutely, Sean. Mystire. Okay, hi Mystire. The best English teacher I've ever seen. Thank you. I have to abate my relationship with that guy. Yeah. Okay, very definitely. Good English. And the Pierce question. My pleasure. Okay, Roland. Although three of them have different, totally divergent opinions about the future of the company, they're inclined to converge towards the majority of shareholders' suggestions. Nevertheless, the demarcation line has remained intact by virtue of the myriad of intentions in the company. Good English. And Engine. In Ukraine, the situation is running amok. The outcome is anybody's guess. Good English, Engine. And Mystere. The security abetted the criminal to escape from prison. I think you probably need, okay, the security guards. Yeah, it works, I guess, Mystere. And great explanation. So, glad you liked it. Thank you, Mystere. And yo VG. And okay, have an excellent day, everybody. You too, and a great weekend, VG. And thank you, AK, as well. Great to see you. And thanks for answering all my questions. Well, that's what this video is for. Engine. Because of because of COVID-19, practically everything is running amok. And added. Amazing, sir. You didn't take it as criticism. No, I make loads of mistakes. If you see spelling mistakes, please give me a heads up, because there are lots of them. Putin joke. Okay, astronomer. The best jokes are those that the person that they are pointing out, the person that they're about, I would say, would laugh without understanding the acrimonious sense against him. Pretty sure Putin would think, haha, yep, that's me, I'm the man. Nonetheless, anyone else would understand that person. Which kind of person you're dealing with. This joke was clever and funny. I'm glad you liked it. And Arif, great. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Arif. Glad you liked it. Good to see you. And Montespan, great to have you. I'm ever so taken with the magic of certain words. Their sound and their flavour has captivated my heart. Same applies for the meaning. At times one was wondering if one could find the etymology without the H of certain words, and voila, there we are. Our avuncular tutor might explain their history in the twinkling of an eye. Yes, the history of words is very interesting as well. Hi Knife, great to see you. I looked this word up, galvanize, in many dictionaries, but it still hasn't sunk in. Could you illustrate its meaning in a nutshell? Much obliged. To galvanize, to move into action, to stimulate somebody to do something. So, Yeah, I only had 2 days left before the exam and I hadn't studied, and that galvanized me to spend the next 2 days studying. It's to stimulate you to do something. It's something that triggers you into doing something. Yeah. So to galvanize someone, to pep them up, to give them, make them keen to do something. I hope that's helped, Knife. And, ooh, black and white. So, positive and negative with a little bits of blue in between. Heh. Need to. I recently learned a new idiom, chalk up to experience. Both seem synonymous. Yes, to chalk it up to experience, I could have easily used chalk it up to. I was actually doing chalk it up to with another student, which is what prompted my choice of words in this one. And Pepax, thank you, Pepax. And down to, absolutely, Sonia, well done. I feel you're my avuncular friend. Thank you, Mr. Music. And BG's laughing. The main pictures of our channels are in the wrong place. Yes, very often these are in the wrong place or these are in the wrong place. It's really, really off-putting. By cold, war better than nuclear. I think he means a cold war is better than a nuclear war. Okay, I understand now what is trying to be said. Thank you, VG. And at times, people who do good, this is Giliola, hi Giliola, people who do good find hostility and suspicion on the part of a community. It's sad, yet it happens. It's very true, it does happen, and very often. So, Roland, hi Roland, great to see you. A boy answers the phone. The caller asks, where are your parents? They ain't here. Come on, son, where's your grandma? My grandma ain't here neither. She's gone to church. Okay, very good indeed. Grandma, grandma. That's lovely. I love it, Roland. Thank you. And I'm re-watching. Good. Watching again. I watched it before and I will do it again. Re-watching's perfectly good. You can invent words like this without any problem. This video after nearly 3 years. I didn't understand English very well, because understand therefore well at that time, so I didn't write many sentences. Okay, that's really good. So I'm glad to see you're re-watching them. That's great. And Arsenal boy forever, you always cover the words I'm looking for. You're amazing. Thank you. Picayune. In the UK this one's pretty unusual, but in the US they definitely use it. And P, great to see you. A load of old cobblers. Do you ever have to add an apostrophe after the S for the possessive plural? That's very good. I would say not, because I think the cobblers here nowadays is thought of as rubbish. A load of old rubbish. A load of old cobblers. But yes. Stop talking a load of cobblers. Stop talking cobblers. Notice you can use it like that as well. Rubbish, balderdash, hogwash, BS. Absolutely. I would say without the C, without the apostrophe P. VG, after her 20-minute break in school, she dipped into her favourite comic book. Sounds good. And during the exam, I spent 40 minutes wading through the text to answer question number 10 because it had many words I didn't understand the meaning of. Good. Before picking this book, I flipped through it to see if it had some pictures in it. Good. Being accosted by a beggar happens a lot to all of us. Yeah, it's this modern world. Thank you, Mohammed. And VG, I scanned through the book but didn't find any pictures in it. For the art test, so I picked another one. Good, VG. And are they the same? Is through really necessary? I scanned the newspaper to find some images. I scanned through the newspaper to find some images. The through's not necessary. Yeah, it's probably slightly more natural, but it's not necessary. So, Jeanette Dupont. Okay, this one I remember. It's lucky because often I forget what I've actually put in videos. So, why does Humpty Dumpty like autumn? Yeah, because Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. So, Jeanette, there's there's a kid's rhyme in English. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. So Humpty, who's an egg, fell off the wall and broke. But fall in American also means autumn. So Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, autumn. And that's the idea, Jeanette. Okay, Mohammed, the onus. It's the incumbents, and it's followed by the preposition on. Yes, so the onus is on the government to resolve this problem. Drum. My drum. Why is it called drum? So my drum is like your lockup. It's like your garage. I should know this one, but I don't. You see, to me it sounds like drumstick, but or the place where you live, your flat as well. Yeah, you're coming round my drum later, coming round my flat, my house. I'll have a look for it. Let me just take a note. Drum, Cockney. Yeah, they use this word's are very definitely commonly used. I wanted to know who's into doing these projects, so I made a show of hands to gauge the interest in people. Yeah, I asked for a show of hands, but that's very good. Good use of gauge, Mohammed. I guess it might be working out well as a cost or waylay. Yeah, to impede. I think impede has more the idea of stop someone, to accost a person. Hey, you, stop. To waylay somebody. Stop there, I need to talk to you. And P, I like this blue. I really like this blue, P. It's a lovely colour. Yeah, because you play with the colours because they're mixtures of whites, and it's white and blue, and it tones it down. It's lovely. And Mohammed, it has nothing to do with simmering, right? No. Lucubration. To simmer before an exam, maybe. Or to rack your mind with information. Yeah? Okay, lucubration. This is the idea of thinking about something. So if you see the guy in the picture, he's lucubrating. He's thinking about things. Yeah? To simmer before an exam is to get really nervous. And maybe during the exam you lucubrate to find the answers. So SH, I will be always grateful to those avuncular figures that took the time to help me while I was in a tight pinch. Good English, SH. It's all relative. I quite agree. Yeah, it very definitely is. You need to look at the situation and the context because it can change things absolutely. Yeah. I think in Europe, eating people is considered a horrible crime. But if you're a cannibal, well, this is probably the right thing to do. So, Sheed, at the wedding, contrary to his indelicate siblings, the groom with a G, acted well with propriety. Very good. Sheed again, it's great to see you. Every year, no S, the Pope appears in a zigguratic manner on a balcony of the apostolic palace in the square of the Vatican, making his recommendations to Catholics. I love that. I love that the way you're calling that zigguratic. It sounds great. And she's always been avuncular to me. That's why I'm grateful to her. Yeah, I think you could definitely use this for a woman as well. Thank you, Sheed. And Seema, great to see you. Flout, to disregard or break the law, rules, etc. Flaunt is like showing off, a common error of mixing up these two words to an extent that this fact is recorded in some dictionaries. That's amazing. Yeah, flout and flaunt are commonly mixed up. scourge. Some consider the brain drain. Brain drain. Yeah, you could without the. A scourge for countries of the third world. Absolutely, because all the best and brightest people just leave. And for learn, could you tell me the essence of the sentence I found in the sentence is being used as an adjective? He claimed indigence and is being... Thank you in advance. He claimed indigence. Okay, so he said that he didn't have any money. Yeah, he claimed poverty. He claimed lack of knowledge. Yeah, is when you say something, but maybe people don't believe you. Yeah, he claimed perfection in his English. Yeah, so he claimed, but the reality is very different. Yeah, he claimed, and is being, well, it's probably being put in a night shelter or something like that. Yeah, so to claim indigence, to claim adjective, to claim ignorance. Yeah, the politicians always claim ignorance when a scandal breaks. Yeah, so they say that they don't know anything about it, but we don't really believe them. And this claim says we don't really believe that he is indigent. Okay, and here actually, indigence is a noun. Yeah, he claimed poverty. He claimed lack of money. It's not being used. It's being used as a noun. He claimed indigence. He claimed poverty. He claimed lack of knowledge. And P, great to see you. Good evening, dear teacher. I'm looking forward to an early night tonight. I almost fell asleep in the cafe, and I needed at least 2 large coffees to keep me awake. Okay, good. Well, I hope you sleep, because coffee, if I drink coffee, I just can't sleep. It's another of the things I've almost never touched. For learn, thank you for elucidating. Your channel is extremely helpful. I've been trying to keep up with the question answer videos and have watched almost all of them. I'm happy to help. Yeah, they're quite useful. I hope my answer to this one has helped you as well. Down to sounds pertinent. Exactly, Minati. Perfect. And for learn. Hello, sir. I edited my question I had 2 weeks ago, and it didn't show edited. So I'll ask this comment. Could you tell me if the proceed on would be a tautology, to continue on? Because the verbs contain the meaning and make the preposition redundant. Thanks in advance. So continue down the street, continue on down the street, proceed down the street, proceed on down the street. Yeah, I think they are redundant. Yeah, they could be tautology, or they could just be adding emphasis. Yeah, you could look at it both ways. But it's perfectly reasonable to use the preposition if you want. And Murdian. Hi, Murdian. Hello, I want to ask a question about continuous form. In English grammar, we use the continuous form. In English, after when. If you answer this question, it will be useful for me. So, okay, when will you come? When will you be arriving? Yes, you can. When will this be happening? Okay, this is asking for a very specific time and date. When will this happen? Next year. When will this be happening? On the 27th of March next year. Let's see, you can definitely use this continuous tense after when, but it's got to be a present continuous. Yeah, present continuous after these time expressions. After when. When is this happening? When is this going to happen? Yeah, when will this be happening? When will this happen? Yeah. When when I'm arriving home, I always stop to buy my newspaper. Yeah, you could use it like that as well. I hope that's helped. If it hasn't, keep asking, Meridian. Great to see you. And no, Meridan. Okay, hi. Okay, yes, this is the same one. Yes, you can, so I'll answer it in the other way. And P. The neighbours had a party last night. They started off at 10:30 and continued till the wee hours of the morning. Didn't the noise disturb you? Me? Not in the least. I slept like a baby. Why don't you help them to clear up when they throw the next one? Not in the least. Actually, I'm having a fancy dress party next week. Wouldn't you like to come as Mrs. Grumpus? And would you like to be ever so kind and bring me a box of FLs? Condoms. We could use them as balloons to festoon the building. A kind of prelude to Christmas. Good cheer. That reminds me of a scene in Porterhouse Blue by Tom Sharp, yeah, where he blows up the building like that. Okay, hi there, great to see you, VG. By the way, this is rather nice. Oh, this looks Christmassy, but it's like snow and Christmas trees. And VG, hi VG. And Henry Correa, what's the difference between obviate and preclude? So to obviate the need for something, it means you don't need it. I think you can use preclude with more things. So if you fail your exams, it will preclude your applying for this university. Whereas obviate means to do away with the need for something. Yeah, he's so wealthy that it obviates the need to work. Yeah, whereas preclude it has the idea of is the opposite of include. Yeah, it makes something impossible. Yeah, whereas obviate, you don't need to do it. Yeah. And in some cases they're the same. So, yeah, watching the food cook carefully precludes the danger of it burning, obviates the danger of it burning. So, in many cases they're the same. But let's see, obviate means it's not necessary, whereas preclude means stops happening. And ooh, this is a good one, P. I like this. Brown and blue and violet. Lovely. Good evening, P. And good evening, Patricia, says VG. Great to see you. And at her apogee, she had already accumulated over 9 million reals, which doubled in just a few months. Wow. I gotta go now, sir. I'll make new sentences later on. Well, that's fine, VG. How old are you? How old do you think I am? I'll answer you if you say how old you think I am. It's a good game. After an embarrassing loss to the new up-and-coming team at her home ground, Chelsea looked like a shadow of its apogee self. Oh, I like this phrase, apogee self. This actually made me think, at her home ground. I've never thought about the sex of a football team. I mean, I think most normally at its home ground, but her, I think that's quite interesting. I wonder what football fans would have to say about that. And Glenn Cleasley. Hi, Glenn. I appreciate this channel. Thank you. The Roman Empire was at its apogee in 117 AD. Good English, Count. Q, I comment everywhere. And probably the YouTube says this is an inordinate number of comments. Great, we've got the lovely Manji. During the reign of Shah Jahan, the splendour and grandiosity of the Mughal Empire was elevated at its apogee. So, the splendour and grandiosity of the Mughal Empire were elevated. Okay, let me try this again. During the reign of Shah Jahan, the splendour and grandiosity of the Mughal Empire were, I guess because splendour and grandiosity, elevated at its apogee. Yes, it does work. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with it. During the reign of Shah Jahan, the splendour and grandiosity of the Mughal Empire were elevated at its apogee, as exemplified by the Taj Mahal. And the Mughal Empire reached the zenith of its territorial expansion during the reign of Aurangzeb, who did it skillfully, albeit ruthlessly. I know I started by saying woo 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 woo, but this is very good. There are no mistakes at all there, Manji. I love it. And Sherwin, great to see you, Sherwin. Apogee. Motors have a revolution limiter due to damage taken up at its apogee. How about the word epoche next? Thanks as usual. Epoche. I will have a look at that. Yes. Okay, I like this. Yeah, at its apogee, the motor can do damage, so you need a limiter, because otherwise it could get damaged. And Zara, great to see you. So the diagram gets to its apogee in the year, because it's a specific year, 2008. Okay? I think, Zara, the word "the" is always going to be a problem for you. You need to study about a, an, and the. And it's a very difficult one because you haven't got these words in your native language. And Evelyn, apogee term. The term apogee is also used in planetary orbits, right, sir? Absolutely. Apogee, perigee. Yeah, the furthest from the planet or the sun, and the closest to. Very definitely. And that's enough for today. Well, let's give it another go while I'm... If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all soon, unless there's something more here. But maybe not. We'll see. Suddenly there are 10 more. That's it. Bye for now.